we are joined here in Jackson Square in New Orleans by former Mayor Ray Nagin. Good to see you, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning. How are you?
You like the title former mayor?
You know, I do. I like the title mayor, but former mayor is appropriate for the moment.
Very interesting what has transpired in this city. There are areas of regrowth and rebuilding. There are areas that are still blighted, but there's still bad news that has carried forward from those moments 5 years ago. Right on the front page of the Times-Picayune this morning, there's an investigation into the police department. Did the police have an order to shoot to kill looters? And if that order in fact existed, did it come from anywhere else besides the police department? Could it have come from your office?
No way it would come from me, and I don't really believe those reports, to be totally honest with you. It's a guy who was fired by the former police chief, another guy who tried to get back on and he didn't take him back on, so I just think it's kind of a deflection play.
Right. When you think back to 5 years ago, what do you remember most?
Oh, I remember so much. I remember Katrina being so deceptive, and she didn't really reveal herself until the day before she hit. I remember the Superdome, the Convention Center, General Honore, you know, us struggling tremendously.
Do you have nights when you are trying to go to sleep at night and you think, I woulda, I coulda, I shoulda?
You know,
any regrets?
There's always things you could have done better. I think back to the mandatory evacuation, the first one ever. It was an 8-hour window where I probably could have called it a little bit earlier. It was at night, so I'm not sure how effective it would have been. And then just the lobbying, the money flowing through the state has really hampered us. I wish it had came direct, just like it went to New York after 9/11.
Right. Some people look at you and they see you as a hero. Others look at you and they say, he was not the guy we needed in the time when we needed a hero most. How does that rest on your shoulders? You
know, I think it's fine. I mean, you know, I was in a situation where regardless of what I did, I was going to be criticized. So I think over time, as people look at the facts and look at where this city are, I think it's going to work out.
And in this 5 years anniversary, is there a single thing you feel strongest about? A single thing you feel most proud of?
I just feel good about the fact of where the city is. I mean, there's a couple of independent studies at the Kaiser Family Foundation and the Brookings Institute basically saying we're moving from recovery to transformation. And all the empirical data suggests that we are recovering, so I feel good about that.
The city loses more than 100,000 people. Do you see those 100,000, maybe it's not them, maybe it's not the people who left, maybe it's new people. Do you see that the population growing again to a point where it was pre-Katrina?
It's all about housing. As the housing continues to come online, in 2009, the census had us as the fastest growing city in America. We grew 8%. That trend will continue as the housing continues to come online.
And in the end of the day, what do you feel was maybe personally or as a city or as a country the most important lesson learned?
Well, the most important lesson learned is that Katrina exposed the soft underbelly of America and poverty, race, and class in this country. And I think it forced us to deal with that at a level that we wouldn't necessarily deal with. And we're still struggling with it, don't get me wrong. The Road Home program just got a federal judge that said it was discriminatory. So it's forcing us to deal with some issues we normally wouldn't.
Former Mayor Ray Nagin, we appreciate your time this morning.
It's good to be with you.
All right, thanks so much.